Hello students, welcome to Legacy Academy. In this particular video, we are going to discuss about a recent missile launched by Iran against Israel, where Israeli air defense system failed to intercept this missile on the count of the missile being hypersonic in nature. Now, this missile has been given the name of Fattah 1 by Iran. Fattah refer to victory, Fattah refer to basically conqueror as far as the Persian term in Persian language is concerned. So basically that is what missile objective is. Now in this context, if you look at the particular scenario, a video has become viral from the Israeli airspace where it seems that for the first time Iran has launched a hypersonic missile called as Fattah 1 in the last 7 days of war that has been going on between Israel and Iran in the Middle Eastern region. Now, this action came after Islamic Republic Supreme Leader. As you know that Islamic Republic of Iran, as it is called, is a theocratic state where the Supreme Leader currently is Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, who also has what you can call as relation with India. For example, if you look at the great grandfather of Ali Khamenei, actually was from Uttar Pradesh in India. So he has launched a battle cry. The reason is because Israel has stated that one of the unintended goal or consequences of Israel's attack against Iran can be overthrowing of the Ayatollah regime and also a possible assassination of Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. In this context, Trump also has added fuel to the fire by saying that US already know where Ali Khamenei is hiding, and he can be killed easily whenever situation rises. But for now, US and Israel do not want to assassinate or kill Ali Khamenei as such. So as a response of this, he has given a battle cry. He has tried to rally up the entire country of Iran in the favor of war against Israel by showing no mercy to the enemy, as it refers it as Zionist state of Israel as such. Before yesterday's strike, Fattah 1 missile had been used also one time on the October 1st, 2024, when Iran has carried out a strike against Israel. So this is second such reported launch or attack against Israel as such. Now let us try to understand briefly about the Fattah 1 missile. Now Fattah 1 missile has a range of 1400 km. That means from Iran, it can easily target Israel. As if you look at the distance between the two capital cities of the country, between Tehran and Tel Aviv is about 1000 miles. But if you suppose that missiles are placed more closer to the western border, in that case it can easily be used to target the entire Israeli territory as such. So range is 1400 kilometers. It is a hypersonic ballistic missile. Now what does hypersonic means? Hypersonic refer to such kind of missile which can travel at least a speed of 5 times or more than the speed of sound. For example, if you look at the categorization of missile, it is categorized on the basis of reference to the sound speed or the speed of sound. For example, those missiles which travel at a speed lower than the speed of sound are called as subsonic missile. The missiles traveling at a speed greater than the speed of sound is called as supersonic, and those missiles which travel or which can move at a speed at 5 times or more than 5 times greater than sound, then they are categorized as a hypersonic missile. Now, as far as the Fattah missile is concerned, it is believed that it has a speed of 15x, that is 15 times the sound of speed. So obviously it is a hypersonic missile. It can carry nuclear as well as chemical warhead as well. It is guided with precision in 2 stages, and it operates on the solid fuel basis. Now, most interestingly, an important feature of these hypersonic missile is that it can maneuver inside or outside atmosphere. That means it can be launched in the way that it goes outside of atmosphere. Again, it can re-enter the atmosphere and then can strike the target, and during its flight journey, it can be maneuvered to change its course and change its direction as such. As far as the current operation capabilities of the countries in the domain of hypersonic missile is concerned, it is believed that 3 countries, that is US, China and Russia, have developed hypersonic capabilities. Now also there has been report in the year 2024, the month of October, November, India also has successfully tested its hypersonic missile system. So India also is in stage of developing its hypersonic missile system, which is expected to become operational in coming few years as such. Now as far as the Fattah missile is concerned, by looking at earlier use and even recent use, we can say that missile is known for its high speed, its precision and ability to change its path during flight, and the total length of missile is about 12 meters as such. Now, if you look at the different missile capabilities that Iran has, as you can see, it has short range missile, medium range missile, as well as some we can say to the extent of medium to long range missile. Now, most of the missile that Iran has in its storage, it belongs to the short range capability. So, for example, Zulfagar missile is there, that is short range missile, but as you can see from the map here, it cannot effectively cover the Israeli territory as such. Second is the Qiyam missile, which has a range of about 700 to 800 km. Again, it cannot be launched against Israel unless and until Iran launches it through some other territory. For example, if Syria was a friendly country to Iran, in that case, it would have been deadly for Israel, because all these missiles they could have launched from Syrian territory as such. But now we know that after the fall of Bashar al-Assad, Syria has lost a trusted friend and partner in Iran has lost a trusted friend and partner in Syria as such. Third is Sahab 3 missile, which can be used to target the northern part of Israel. Then we have Sezil and Fattah missile. Now, as you can see, these missiles are one that have a sufficient range that can be used to target and strike any part of Israeli territory. Because if you look at the map here, this is where you have the Israel, and these missiles can even go beyond Israel, for example, Egypt, Saudi Arabia, and all that. And then we have Somar, that is having a range of 2,000, 3,000 kilometers. So these missiles are still in the development stage. Now, if you try to understand about the brief history of the missile, the Fattah 1 missile that Iran has launched, it is believed that missile was launched on the 11th death anniversary of Hassan Tehrani Muqaddam. Now, you can see from the picture, this is Hassan Tehrani Muqaddam, who is considered as the father of Iranian missile program. He is the one who made it possible for the Iran to develop ballistic missiles, and not only ballistic missile, any ballistic missile, but supersonic and hypersonic ballistic missile with sufficient range as such. And to honor his death on November 10th, 2022, the Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps Airspace Chief, he announced the completion of an advanced hypersonic ballistic missile system, that was Fattah. And then it was considered as a major generational leap that Iranian missile program have seen or have taken. And it is these development that actually causes fear in Israel and Israeli government, that if Iran is not contained, if it is allowed to go ahead with its nuclear enrichment program, the day is not far when Iran will also have nuclear weapon. And already we have discussed, for example, Fattah itself is able to carry nuclear warhead. In that case, Iran will become a dominant player in the Middle East, and again, any war would result or would have a huge possibility of turning into a nuclear Armageddon as such. So that is why before Iran can develop nuclear capabilities, Israel has tried to struck its territory and destroy its military nuclear capabilities and ambitions. Now, roughly, as we have discussed, the missile, it is referred as Conqueror, and it was the supreme leader of Iran, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, who then unveiled the missile in the month of June. Now, many experts also argue that the use of Fattah 1 missile can be considered as a turning point in the Iran-Israel standoff or Iran-Israel crisis. Iran's IRGC has called the deployment of this missile a turning point because the missile cannot be intercepted by the present anti-air defense system that Israel has deployed. The solid fuel missiles reportedly, and that is why it has been able to penetrate to the Iron Dome, as the anti-air defense system of Israel is referred as, or the Arrow missiles that it uses, or even the THAAD missiles that it uses, or the Patriot battery system that it uses with help of United States. So, because it was not intercepted by Israeli air defense system, it was able to cause fire and damage in the central part of country as such. And if more such missile is launched, the extent of damage we can see further intensifying and increasing over the Israeli territory as well. The footage of launch has went viral, with the defense analyst pointing out that the speed of missile, obviously it was hypersonic in nature, and not only that, it was able to change its course also. It was able to correct its course mid-flight, is something that has made Israel worried. At a reported speed of Mach 30 to Mach 15, such movement make it difficult to intercept using existing anti-missile system as such. Now, as far as the significance of this hypersonic weapon system or missile is concerned, with the Fattah, Iran has joined, as we discussed, select group of countries, rank of countries that can produce operational hypersonic missile. These are largely Russia, China, and United States of America. Russia also has reportedly fired several ballistic missiles by the name of, you would have heard about, Kinjal. That is example of hypersonic missiles. Unlike traditional missiles, these weapons combine speed with in-flight agility, enabling them to evade most modern air defense system, and that is what makes them more deadly in nature. For example, if Iran launches cruise missiles, or if Iran launches, for example, any ballistic missile that is subsonic to sonic in nature or supersonic in nature, in that case also Israeli air defense system is capable enough, it can be intercepted and the resulting damage can be minimized to a great extent as such. But as far as the Fattah 1 missile is concerned, they have limited possibility, Israel has limited possibility. So the recent operation conducted by Iran can be considered as the most intense strikes so far by Iran, and it also can be described at how multiple Israeli defense failed to stop the Fattah missile barrage as such. Now, obviously, as a counter retaliation, Israel has launched its own volley of missiles against the Iranian territory and has targeted across the entire Iran, especially targeting the capital city of Tehran as well. Not only that, Israel has claimed that it has hit 5 helicopters that were placed at a military base in Kermanshah. Kermanshah is a region in Tehran, a region in Iran. A missile production facility has been hit, and also a site linked to the centrifuge manufacturing has been hit. As I told you, one of the major objectives of Israel in this war is to degrade nuclear capabilities of Iran, and centrifuge is a very important equipment that is used to participate, that is used to enrich the nuclear and what you can call as uranium, and that can be then further used to be used in the nuclear weapon development as such. So earlier you might have heard about a case of a Stuxnet virus that Iran claimed was jointly developed by US and Israel that has targeted the nuclear enrichment centers of Iran, and there also a target was centrifuge. More than 1,000 centrifuge of Iran was destroyed just by using computer virus called as Stuxnet. So again, we have talked about this particular case. A centrifuge manufacturing facility of Iran has been targeted, and loud explosions were heard across the capital city of Tehran. Israel has said the strikes were aimed at reducing Iran's missile and nuclear infrastructure. Now, by looking at the development, if you look at last 7 days, how war between Israel and Iran has evolved, it seems that we are looking at a greater degree of uncertainty even in the possible future. Many military observers across the region say that the entire West Asia, Middle Eastern region, because of this crisis, is entering a more dangerous phase where it will become more and more difficult for diplomatic efforts to resume and for diplomatic off-ramp to be given to either Israel and Iran, where they can seize the warfare as such. But for now, on social media and in military circles, alike, all eyes are on the sky that what kind of missile, what kind of weapons would be used either by Iran or by Israel against each other as such. Now also we have to understand that there is a possibility of US getting involved in the future, as US President Donald Trump has stated that US will decide in the next 2 weeks whether it is coming and is going to join the war with along with Israel or not. So that would also be another significant event if US indeed goes ahead and joins effort with Israel to attack Iran as such, because the Fordo nuclear facility of Iran cannot be destroyed without US help, as it needs MOP bomb, that is the bunker buster bomb that US has, as well as the B-2 bomber that US utilizes in its military operations. So war, as we can see, ultimately as of now, it seems that it has entered a phase where further escalation is expected, and we have to wait and watch and see that how this entire situation unfold and how Middle East would come out from this uncertainty that has been thrown upon it, that has been this, we can say, that has come in this region because of the Israel's attack on Iran. That is all about this particular video. If you like the video, please hit the like button, share it with your aspirants, and subscribe to the channel for more such content. Thank you very much.